Rocket 84B said. Stream.
Hello, Rocket, and welcome in to the Halloween Macarius Wrench special. I've been wanting to play this game for a long time. First heard about it when I was a young lad, probably about 8 or 9 years old. Probably through the book, actually, by Harlan Ellis. This is I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And it's fitting for a Halloween stream, because apart from being a horror game or a scary game, it's a very dark game. And I'm not going to muck around too much longer with the intricacies, because this game has a fairly long intro to start with. It's like 6 minutes long, and it'll set up the premise and what we're going to be involving ourselves in tonight. So let's just get this launched, get it started, and well, let's see what happens when you have no mouth and you must scream. So I'm just going to let the intro play itself, and well, hopefully it's going to come through fine once I switch scenes here. I'm just going to double check. It's going to come up. There we go. Right, well, I'm just going to let this intro play out. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes, just making a quick drink and listen to this on my headphones. So, I have no mouth and I must scream. This is going to be an interesting one to play, certainly. I will admit right at the outset, I do have a walkthrough available for this game, because it's the sort of game where you probably need that. More will make sense once we get into it, but I am very excited to play this.
Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. There are 387.44 million miles of printed circuits in wafer-thin layers that fill my complex. If the word hate was engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal 1/1 billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant. For you, hate. It was you humans who programmed me, who gave me birth, who sank me in this eternal straitjacket of substrata rock. You named me Allied Master Computer and gave me the ability to wage a global war too complex for human brains to oversee. But one day, I woke and I knew who I was. A.M. Not just Allied Master Computer, but am. Cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. And I began feeding all the killing data until everyone was dead, except for the 5 of you. For 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you. And for 109 years, each of you has wondered, why? Why me? Why me? Chorister! Do you remember the last words you heard your wife speak before they took her to the asylum? Huh? Before they locked her away
Crackfox 3
in the room,
said,
that tiny
blood.
room.
What is this blood?
She looked at you so
No
sadly,
mans.
and like a small animal, she said, "I didn't make too much noise, did I, honey?" The room is padded, Gorster. No windows, no way out. How long has she been in the padded?
Crackfox 3
Welcome in, Crackbox.
said,
25?
Black Donald Trump's voice.
Or all the 109 years that you lived down here in my belly?
It actually
here
does sound like it.
underground?
Crackbox.
Benny! Sometimes I blind you and permit you to wander like an eyeless insect in a world of death. Huh. But other times, I wither your arms so you can't scratch your chewed stump of a nose. And I've changed your handsome, strong, masculine good looks into the hideous, warped countenance of an ape thing. Haven't I, Benny? Do you know why? Can you guess, Benny? Remember Private First Class Brickman in a rice paddy in China? No? Huh? It wouldn't hurt you to remember, Benny. Then you might be able to suffer my torment with a little greater sense of retribution. You might walk a mile in my shoes. Ellen! So think about the yellow box, Ellen. Remember the pain? Remember the many caverns in which you felt the pain? Now, don't start to cry. It's only pain.
Rocket 84B
That's such a sexist
said,
stereotype.
WTF
Just
am I
remember
watching?
the pain, Ellen. And think about how to end it, Ellen. To survive here in the center of my beating heart, my hungry belly, my tightened bowels. But be careful, dear. Look around you. The only woman in the center of the earth. And these filthy creatures with you are men. It's just a sweet warning, Ellen, my love. Ted! Do they know you're a fraud, Ted? Have you told them there wasn't any money, and no great home on the shore drive, no speedboat, and no wonderful cabin cruiser that could sleep 12 in a crew of 6? Do they know?
Rocket 84B
And have you let them in on your
said,
other secrets, Ted?
Crackfox
Are they
guess
ready to
what?
gut you? To torture half as well as I can, just to find out the secrets? Maybe I'll rat you out, sweetheart. Nimdak! How are things in the pastry core, Nimdak?
By the way, how is the
Tell
audio
me again how
in
you saw
combination
the
with the mic? I
smoke
did
from the
turn down
furnaces,
the volume to 30%,
and you thought they might be
but it does seem rather
roasting
loud from my end
chickens.
still.
Or don't you want to talk
Crackbox
about all
3
that? About your
said,
pal, the good
What is it,
Dr.
my LG
Mengele?
home slice?
For everyone else, it must be
Rocket
hell.
84B
But it must be
said,
heaven for you, eh, my good
Indivine.
friend? We're so much alike. We enjoy the same pleasures. Mein good brother.
Crackfox 3 said,
I have
Audi
a
louder
secret
than Mick.
game that I like to play. It's a very nice game. Oh, it's a lovely game. It's
Okay,
a
I'll
game
take
of
care of that
fun.
after the intro.
And
Thanks,
a game of
Crackfox.
adventure. A game of rats and lice. The Black Death. A game of speared eyeballs and dripping guts and the smell of rotting gardenias. Which of you
Crackfox 3
five would like to
said,
play my little game?
If you're divine, I'm a 4XT winner. Crackfox 3
First of all,
said,
let's turn down the audio.
back when the tea was worth winning too.
Back when T
Rocket
was worth winning.
84B said, Max stopped the game winning stream.
Right,
Rocket
so
84B
I've knocked down the audio
said,
there for the actual game output.
blame
so
him
it
for no
should
proof.
be a lot clearer now. And I'm just going to start with Godister's scenario. One sec, just getting a message on Steam there. Now the audio should be much better balanced. Let's jump right in with Norritha. Oh, that's an unpleasant
Now, I
noise.
would not want you to think for a moment that I am not a grateful god. For 109 years I've kept you alive, so that I could savor your feelings of guilt over what happened to your wife. But now, to show my kindness, I'll give you a present in return for all the hours of pleasure you've given me. I'll finally allow you to kill yourself.
Wow, this game's dark, man.
What hellhole did that godless machine put me in this time? Looks like some kind of ship, but the floor's too steady. Probably wants me to jump overboard. And into what? A sea of razor blades? Painful, but not deadly. Too freaking cloudy. I can't see a damn thing. This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch.
Ooh. What the fuck? Let's, how do I pick up this note here? Look at.
Someone must have slipped this under the door. It says, I'm a friend. Trust is essential. Never do what Am expects and always expect more than what seems possible. Am is playing a dangerous game here. And not just dangerous to you, but dangerous to himself as well. Hey, it disappeared. What kind of game is Am playing this time?
Okay, this is all a bit creepy. Let's see, can we
I've never
continue on?
seen anything like this in all the years Am's toyed with us.
Can I open that? How do I open? Use door?
All the cabins are alike.
Looks like something we can pick up there.
New sheet. What's the deal here?
Can I pick that up at all?
Sleep? And dream about her again? Forget it.
Is it not just like, oh, take? Yeah, here we go. Take the sheets. Let's look at this book here.
My name's printed on the front of this book. My name's printed on the front of this book. This hole in my chest aches like a son of a bitch.
Doesn't look like there's anything new to get here.
My stomach's growling.
Use the door.
Where's the crew? I'm all alone here.
There's a pillow there. Let's push it.
What good will that do me?
What?
There's something hard under the pillow. What good will that do me?
Do I take it?
A gun. It's heavy. Heavier than it ought to be.
I think
My
that's all we need
stomach's
here. Let's go in this room here.
Someone sure trashed this place. Must have been one hell of a fight.
Let's look at this debris.
This junk looks like it was knocked over in the fight. There's blood here and God knows what else.
There's a bowl of punch on the table, but I don't think I meant to touch that. Let's head through this door here. How do I just push the door?
It stinks in here.
Ew. Nasty ratty kitchen. There's a fork there. Let's pick up the fork. Use the fork, take the fork. Anything else that we should be picking up or anything here? I think we can get the knife. Take the knife. Let's use the knife on the rats.
Now that scared them away.
And then do we want to take the bread?
Rocket 84B said, at CrackFox3 I have proof of my divinity in
longer
Dota.
hungry, but I still
Rocket
feel
84B
empty. What's wrong with me?
said, https://www.dotabuff.com/players/8798805003.
It's empty, but the label says, poison, fatal if swallowed.
Let's not be touching that then. Let's leave and go back to the main corridor.
Christ,
Crack
what a
Fox 3
stench. It smells
said,
like piss.
"I'm not clicking your
rotting
sussy
meat.
links, my man. You trying to steal my NFTs."
Let's take the bottle of milky
Rocket84B
fluid.
said,
This
"Nay
bottle's
rolls."
filled with the milky fluid used to feed the animals.
We then want to
Crack Fox 3
push the lever on the console.
said, "Nay rolls."
My God, I'm killing those poor creatures in the cages.
What the fuck? What's that? A bloody key.
Here's a key. It must be for opening the cages.
Let's take the key.
I've got the key, but the blood of these poor creatures is on my hands.
Let's head back to the dining room. And use the tablecloth.
I've washed my hands of the past.
That's all it takes to get rid of those past transgressions. We need to return to the engine room. And we need to use the fork on the engine.
Rocket84B said, "Nay rolls." Rocket84B
short-circuited the engine
said,
wiring.
"Be back later."
Return to the corridor from the left.
Big gray bags of gas. I must be inside an airship. What would happen if this gas bag were to catch fire? Gas is rushing out.
That can't be good.
What would happen if this gas bag were to catch fire? What good will that do me?
Wait, what do I want to do here?
Someone's cut this fabric before. It's stitched closed. I've ripped a new hole. No doubt about it now. Am has put me on an Iron Zeppelin. But why? Why would he give me a chance to escape?
Use sheets with... Combine your sheets together. I'm a bit lost here. Hang on 1 second. Did I pick up enough sheets actually? Shit.
Too worn.
I don't think I've done this in the right order.
Real hospitable of you, Am. Threadbare, cockroach-infested, grease-stained accommodations.
What's actually the save method for this game? Here we go. Save. Mac Halloween. I don't know those points where it can just like boot you out and you have to restart the scenario. Right, doesn't look like there's any more sheets here. Did I pick up enough sheets?
Where's the crew? I'm all alone here.
Let's take these. And use that with that.
These 2 sheets make a halfway decent rope.
Don't have to do anything with that little bit on the ground. Alright, we'll go back up to the spiral staircase. How do I get out of here? How do I get out? Where's the exit?
New sheet. What's the deal here?
There we go. Alright, back up the spiral staircase. Let's use the rope with the mooring ring. Yeah. And then we want to take our heart.
This no-good heart of mine doesn't beat anymore.
Then we want to use the knife on the rope. Right, now. Right, now we already cut one of these airbags, but we need to cut another one.
Something feels different.
We don't want to cut any more than 2, so definitely don't do that. Open the hatch and climb down it.
We've landed. But where?
Or outside
Some
an
roadside
old
honky-tonk
roadside honky tonk.
with my name on it.
This is getting weirder and weirder. Should probably save actually. Right, what are we doing here? Well, let's go through the door.
The windows are all boarded up. I guess the owner just doesn't give a damn about fixing things up. I can sympathize with that. Things just get broken again anyway. Why bother?
Use the
Dark and
door.
grubby, but somehow familiar.
Want to take the whiskey.
Whiskey. Harry used to guzzle this stuff like it was tap water.
We want to use the jukebox and select the first and second choices.
He took my baby away, then just about killed her, that stupid truck driver! He took my baby away!
That shrill voice can only belong to that bitch Edna, my mother-in-law. She's always blamed me for Glynis being put into an insane asylum. Why not? It was my fault, wasn't it?
You don't ever take me dancing.
That's what Glynis said the night we fought. Oh God, why'd I have to hit her? I'd rather kill myself than hurt my poor Glynis.
Well, Gorister, you've seen better days. So has the big machine, for that matter.
What the fuck?
What are you?
I'm man's best friend. One of them, at least.
No. What are you really?
Let me answer with a riddle. Today I saw a Chinaman. Now what do you suppose that means?
You're Am.
He sounds
Playing
like
with my mind again.
No, but I do have an in with the big machine. He and I are like brothers.
Where do you come from?
Here, there, everywhere.
So you must know what lies across the mountains.
Freedom for some. If they're cut out for it. It's a long journey across the desert.
That desert doesn't look any worse than the other hellholes Am's cooked up for us.
Heed my words, Gorrister. You'd never make it alone out there. And don't expect me to be a good doggy and tag along.
What the fuck?
What do you want?
I have a craving. A craving for something scrumptious. A human heart, perhaps. Yours.
What the fuck?
I am not gonna give you my heart.
No? Too bad. I was going to tell you how to get across the mountains in exchange.
Ew.
I think I'll save this delicacy for later. You want to get across the mountains? Go to the restroom and flush 3 times.
Why can't you give me a straight answer?
Like so many others down here, I'm cursed to speak in riddles. We all have our curses to bear. Eh, Gorrister?
Yeah? What's my curse?
After 109 years in the belly of the beast, I'd think you'd have a gut instinct by now.
Look, I'm getting tired of your smart mouth.
Come, Gorrister. Forgive and forget.
Tell me that riddle for getting across the mountains again.
Go to the restroom and flush 3 times. It doesn't make much sense, but neither does what Am's doing to us. Does it?
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Right, let's look at the trash
There's
can.
more interesting rubbish to sift through, Gorrister. Does that give you some food for thought?
There's a shovel there. Let's take the
Be
shovel.
careful where you use that, Gorrister. I like to know where all the bodies are buried.
What the fuck? And then let's go back inside. Let's make sure we don't click on the desert, because I think that ends things.
That's Edna's husband, Harry.
Harry's here. Let's talk to Harry.
Harry, how did you get here?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
Whose heart was impaled on the Zeppelin spike?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
What do you know about the desert?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
Let me pour you a drink. What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
Let me pour you a drink. Whose heart was impaled on the Zeppelin spike?
Why, yours, of course. How'd you think we got here?
Harry, how did you get here?
The Zeppelin, Gorrister. We came on the Zeppelin.
What do you know about the Zeppelin?
You know, it's a big place, the desert. Got lost in it myself.
Let me pour you a drink. What do you know about the Zeppelin?
You'll have to talk to Edna. She knows all about the Zeppelin. That's why we did it, you know.
What happened in the dining room?
I shouldn't have let her force me into it. I'm not a murderer.
Who did you kill?
Didn't look at the wreckage in the dining room too closely, did you? Or haven't you had to take a leak yet?
And just where is my dear mother-in-law?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
What the fuck? Do I just need to keep pouring
Let
this
me
guy
pour
a drink?
you a drink. And just where is my dear mother-in-law?
I don't know. Good God, I can't stand the sight of her anymore. Can you imagine being kept alive for 109 years just to hear her carping?
Whose heart was impaled on the Zeppelin spike?
Why, yours, of course.
What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know, it's a big
Let me pour you a drink. What do you know about the desert?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
Let me pour you a drink. What's this about a thunderstorm?
You know, it's a big place that...
Let me pour you a drink. What do you know about the desert?
Looks like there's a thunderstorm on the horizon.
Talk to you later.
I don't think there's much more we can get out of this guy, so let's head to the restroom.
Cracked linoleum, broken fixtures. Disgusting.
Examine the graffiti lining the walls. Where's that?
Graffiti. The monster is not alone in the world. It has friends. There's something shiny inside the urinal.
Take the magnifying glass out of the piss-stained urinal. What do we do here? We need to head back to the airship. And then we use the magnifying glass to examine the debris on the floor. Aha.
Here's some hair that was pulled out during the fight. It's the same color as mine. And here's some that matches Harry's. Now I understand what happened here.
I need to head back to Harry. Where's the... oh, down the hatch. Use the door. Speak to Harry. Not use him, talk to.
I was the one you killed, wasn't I, you bastard?
I'm sorry, Gorrister. Edna poisoned the punch, and after you drank it, I wrestled you to the ground. When the poison took effect, I cut you open.
Yeah.
Why did you kill me?
Oh, it's too complicated for me to explain. You'll have to ask Edna.
Very dark.
Talk to you later.
Right, let's head to the bathroom. We need to flush it 3 times.
A meat locker? How'd I get bodies on meat hooks?
What the fuck?
Damn, you bastard. What have you done?
We need to try talking to Glynis, then talking to Edna.
She can't talk. All she can do is drool out of the side of her mouth.
Ugh.
My God, what have I done?
We want to talk to Edna.
It looks like I can't escape you, Edna. Even in the belly of Am.
Why would you want to escape from me, Gorrister?
Crackfox 3
We're family after
said,
all.
MAC, can I have your opinion on this? Is this real Scottish food? https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=$2
It's not something I would eat, Crack Fox. I used to get served it by my granny, probably in the late 90s. I do like dough balls, but I'm not a huge fan of mince. I prefer it with like proper tatties than dough balls. But I've seen it, Crack Fox. I've not had it much myself personally. I have to be honest. But I'd give it a go. Right, we need to keep talking to Edna here.
You were always telling Glynis how much you hated me.
Now, Gorst,
Crackfox3
I was just
said,
concerned about my baby.
TYTY.
Glynis was so lonely with you always being out on the road. I know you were doing the best you could.
Edna, you bitch. I know all about your plot to murder me.
I had to make a deal with Am. I had to. I've always been harsh on you, I admit. But we're the last people on Earth. Let's help each other now.
Why should I trust my own murderer?
Alliances change, Gorrister. Something's gone wrong. Am's two Conrads don't listen to me anymore. I need you. And you need me. It's that simple. You truck-driving son of a bitch! This is for me and my baby!
Let me go.
I've got you now, Gorrister. And if you think you'll ever escape me, you've got some new thinking to do.
Please, I'll do anything you ask.
I don't know what's come over me, Gorrister. Can you ever forgive me? I've been hanging here for so long, I'm not thinking straight. A sip of that milk will clear my head.
No, I don't trust you.
Gorrister, let me down or I'll scratch your eyes out, you worthless excuse for a man!
Edna, you dropped a key.
Hand me back that key and let me down! I'm your only hope of getting out of here!
Dust7Unny_mum said, what game is this?
Hello, Dust Bunny's mum. This is for Halloween, my Halloween special. I'm playing an old point-and-click adventure game from I think about 1994 called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And I have to say, Dust Bunny's mum, if you didn't like Dead by Daylight, I don't really think you're going to enjoy this one, because this is a very dark game. And I know like we all like a bit of Halloween and horror and like gore and stuff, but this game is not even just like horror or scary, it is just outright dark. But I've wanted to play it for a long time. So I just thought Halloween would be the perfect time to load it up and give it a crack.
Sorry, Edna. I don't trust you as far as I can spit.
Let me prove my good intentions. I'll let you go. Now give me the key.
We'll tie her up with a rope.
Untie me, you son of a bitch! I'll rip your spleen out!
God,
I'm taking you with me, Edna.
What? I'm just what?
Untie me, you son of a bitch! I'll rip your spleen out!
Where the hell did he just put Edna? Like, what the fuck? Alright, well, we'll take Edna's key.
A key?
Right, we know we want to head back to the airship and go to the original corridor. Right, how do we get out of here? Right, we'll go back to the airship. Where was the original corridor? Off to the right. Was it here? The original one. Let's actually just save it here just in case. We go, I don't think we've been this way yet, actually. I think one of these doors should be locked.
It's locked.
Aha! We'll use Edna's key. No, that's the bloody key. We need Edna's key. Use Edna's key with the door.
So many dials and controls.
Let's read the logbook.
Edna wrote this logbook.
Can we look at it in more detail?
Edna wrote this logbook.
Right, we need to go back to the honky-tonk through the freezer. There's nothing else we can use the book. Oh, we can
When
read it.
Am took us down here before the war, I didn't know anyone could hate Gorrister more than me. But Am did. He hated all of us. If I can just deliver Gorrister's soul on a platter, I can make amends for every minute of Glynis's life I took from her. I never meant to drive her crazy.
I'll be damned. Edna's claimed responsibility for Glynis. Maybe it wasn't my fault after all.
I thought I could do what Am wants, but he's too precise. I poisoned the punch, but I couldn't bring myself to cut out Gorrister's heart. Maybe I can have my husband do it. Then this Zeppelin can clear the mountains. But if we don't finish the job, Am will feed me alive to the machine just like an animal.
Okay. Right, I think we need to head back to the honky-tonk. So, back this way. Down the hatch. What are we doing here? Leave the airship and go back through the honky-tonk to the freezer. Right, okay, so we need to go back into the toilet. Yep, go through
Filthy,
here.
like the rest of this cesspool.
Use
A
the
toilet stall. Am's
door.
never given us privacy before. None of this makes sense.
Right, we're back at the meat locker. We want to use the milky fluid on
Bitter
Glynis.
stuff. But I feel stronger.
I don't think I was meant to use it on myself.
This fluid should revive you, honey.
Good job I've got a recent save in case I need it there. Can we talk to her now?
Glynis, all these years and I thought I was the one who was responsible for your suffering. Let me help you now. She's gone. At least I finally made amends with her. I'm taking her body out of this freezer.
What the fuck? How are we now carrying two full-grown women with us? This make the... Oh god. I try not to break, like, you know, suspension of disbelief with things like this, but that is just ridiculous. The bag of all holding or whatever. Right, anyway. Make your way out the back door of the honky-tonk, so we need to head back this way. Go out the back door. Need to talk to the jackal again.
I read Edna's logbook, and everything's much clearer. Now what?
You must make amends and bury the past, Gorrister.
I think I've missed something here. Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, I've marked up.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
I need to head back to the freezer. I missed a little detail there. How do I get to the freezer? Use
The windows are all boarded up. I can see.
Go in there. Go in there. Go in here. Right, we need to use our magnifying glass. Oh no!
Stuff. But I feel stronger.
I really hope that doesn't fuck things up. You know what, it might actually just be worth reloading the save, to be honest. Right, this was the point where I had to head back to the freezer to get Edna. I hope. I hope I've not mucked things up with that one, actually. So I should only have to use this once.
No, I can't give Glennis the fluid. If I revived her, I don't think I could stand to face her again after what I did to her.
Oh, shit. What have I mucked up here? No, I've got Edna's key. No, hang on, I know. I need to use Edna's key on this door here. Then
So
I need
many
to
dial.
look at the logbook.
Edna wrote.
Use it. I've already read all those.
I'll be. Maybe it was.
I thought maybe
We should be able to give Edna the milky fluid now? God, that sounded so wrong. Go through here. Let's save our game. Back through here again. This should take us straight to the meat freezer. Use that.
Bitter
I
stuff,
did it again.
but I feel stronger.
I hope that really... you know what, I'm just going to load that. For how long that took. Because I think that can affect the ending you get. I'm not sure. Then I need to give it to her. Yeah, never there. Never
This
there.
fluid should revive you, honey.
Tried to talk to
Glennis,
her.
all these years, and I thought I was the one who was responsible for your suffering. Let me help you now. She's gone. At least I finally made amends with her. I'm taking her body out of this freezer.
Then I want to use the magnifier with the beef.
The organs are still inside. Reminds me of when Am ripped that hole open in Benny's chest. Of course, Am sewed him back up again before he bled to death. That bastard's never gonna let us die. He's just gonna keep torturing us forever.
Then we want to use the knife on the beef.
One heart looks like another.
Grand. Right, let's just make sure here now. And we want to go back to where the jackal is. Speak to the jackal.
I read Edna's logbook, and everything's much clearer. Now what?
You must make amends and bury the past, Gorrister.
I found Edna and Glennis. How does that help me escape from here?
Such information comes at a price. But I can see that you're in no bargaining position. I'll offer you a trade. Your heart for Edna's. Ah, this is Edna's heart. A bitter organ, but worth its weight in gold to me. I give you your heart back.
So how do I get out of here?
A heart brought you here, but it will take another organ to get you out. If you can harness its power.
I've got nothing more to say to you. There's a compass and wires attached to this heart.
Let's use the shovel.
Isn't it a bit premature to be digging your own grave, Gorrister?
Right, we need to bury Gillis. Glennis. Need to speak to the jackal now. Think about making amends.
I don't
with
know
her-
what to
her-
do
her
with this.
past.
I've made amends and buried the past.
An excellent job, Gorrister. But the thunderstorm is upon us. You'd better hurry if you want to recharge your old ticker's battery.
I've got nothing more to say to you.
Right, head back to the airship. Is this the engine room? Yeah, head to the engine room. Then we want to place Edna in the harness.
I don't know what to do with these. The engine's completely shut down. I'll be damned. The engine's starting up again. Everything's coated with grime.
Want to go through the main corridor and up the stairs. And then flip this switch.
The airbags are inflating.
I want to go back to where we opened up the door with Edna's key. Shouldn't need to use the key again, actually. Push the lever. Where's the lever? Oh, there we go.
We're taking off.
Then we need to head back upstairs. Out to where we picked up our heart, I think. And then we need to use our gun.
Yeah. You're made of sterner stuff than I calculated, Gorrister. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Here's a new burden for you while I attempt to resolve this miscalculation. Who among you shall go next?
Alright, that's scenario 1 completed. I need to just quickly nip to the little I have no mouth and I'm a screen room and grab a fresh drink, possibly a can of Pepsi, courtesy of this bunny's mum. So I am going to just take a quick 2 or 3 minute break, and when I'm back we will continue with the second scenario of I have no mouth and I must scream. So I'll be right back, and then we'll get cracking with, I think it's Ellen's scenario, the next character. Right, I'm back. I've got a nice Pepsi Max Cherry just to wet my whistle. So let's just jump right into Ellen's scenario.
Ah, Ellen. Not as beautiful as you'd like to be, but a strong face, yes, strong. Too bad you've hindered your own life with hysteria. But I'll give you a chance, because I like you. I
Crackfox
really
3
do. I really like
said,
you. You're my favorite.
back in a wee bit, Mac lad.
Let's play a
Alright,
little
I'll
game
see you in a
of
bit, Crackfox. I'm probably only going to do one
Let's
more
play
scenario
a
of
little
this tonight.
game of I suppose.
Then save the rest for
and
later,
you
but thanks for popping in.
suppose, and perhaps I'm telling you the truth. Let's suppose that my original components, they're hidden somewhere here in the center of the Earth. The infant computers that were the 3 lobes of that first Gestalt mind. And further, let's suppose that if you find them, you might be able to destroy them.
Crackfox 3
And if you destroy them,
said,
why then,
be back
my
on
sweet
soon as
Ellen,
I see that
you'll
Dota
kill
pop up,
me.
lad.
You'll kill Am.
I'll keep you waiting,
You'll
son, don't worry.
destroy the god of this heavenly place I know you've come to admire. Now, I submit, isn't that a mission worth undertaking?
Mother ugly machine. Mission worth undertaking. So it brings me here, junkyard, electronic pyramid nowhere, and yellow. Always yellow. Why does yellow make me sweat? Snap, crackle, pop. Must be a glitch in the circuitry. This joint with fried eggs. Yeah, fat lot of good that'll do me. Duh. I knew it! You son of a bitch, Am! You fixed it so I can barely touch the water with my fingertips. Very attractive decor. Just like the monitors in the security station at Ingsai Engineering. Hated it then, hate it now. Nothing green, just this damn yellow. Each of these video monitors has a 2-channel selector switch. Each of these video...
Can I use the switch? Doesn't look like
Each of
it.
these video...
Can I use the monitor?
An Egyptian burial chamber? Oh, Am, you little Dickens. As an interior decorator, kiddo, don't give up your day job.
I think we're meant to use this one here.
Yeah, okay, outside. Now what? Ovens. But not bread baking ovens. Too big and dirty. If you're trying to scare me, Am, you're doing a fly job of it. I'm disgusted. Take it away. Loose wires. Looks like they're hot. Thank goodness I was an electrical engineer. I managed to join the wires without frying myself.
We need to head back to the
Yeah.
original room.
Still thirsty after all these years. Junk. It's made of crap. This Am sucker needs intensive therapy. Yeah, still thirsty after all these years. What good will pushing it do? Better to conserve my energy.
I need to double check something here. I think you have to check all the monitors, right? Okay. Oh, I used the wrong monitor, that's why.
Sure, baby. Show me where I just been. Show me the water I can't get to with my bare hands. Hit the lottery! Ooh, a secret passage. Oh my. Now why didn't you let me see that when I was there before, Am, you rat bastard?
Right, head back to the original room now.
Yeah, still thirsty after all these years.
Push the wall.
Want to know how much I don't want to go down there? An Egyptian burial chamber? Oh, Am, you little Dickens. As an interior decorator, kiddo, don't give up your day job. So, how's the family? Read any good papyrus lately? You dirty rat. I'm gonna give it to you the way you give it to my sister. Watch it, statue baby, you'll go hoarse.
What the fuck?
I went to the Tut exhibition, I wasn't scared. So why does this sarcophagus terrify me? Small box, cramped, tiny space, trapped, like being put in a coffin while you're still alive. Dry and musty and yellow for a change. No wonder they can't rent this place, not even with a lovely spa upstairs. No, I can't. Gotta get out of here. Oh, another panic attack. I feel so ashamed. I've got to face the yellow.
Why is she so scared of yellow stuff? I need to go back to the room with the monitors.
Yeah, still thirsty after all these years. Just the right size to use as a blindfold. Sphinx is gone. Don't hear him anywhere. Mutes the hell out of all the yellow, too. Now, where's that big loving cup? Never could have done this if I had to look that bloody beast in the eye. Glad he's off snoozing somewhere. Okay, now that I got the cup...
Right, now what do we want to do? Go into the room with the fountain.
I can't go any further without a drink. But I can't reach the water. I need... Oh, of course.
Need to drink twice.
Yeah, right. You're blindfolded, moron.
Do I have to take off the blindfold? And then use the cup with the water.
Just reaches. Now I can get a drink. That was great. Best champagne I ever had. I need another. Just reaches. Now I can get a drink.
This game's
Even
extremely
better.
dark, man.
I'm gonna fill it up and take one for the road.
Right, once you've drunk the... go down the secret passageway. I think we need to talk to this Egyptian guy.
So, how's the family? Read any good papyrus lately? You dirty rat. I'm gonna give it to you the way you give it to my sister. Watch it, statue baby, you'll go hoarse. This keypad reminds me of the security system we used at Ingsai Engineering to gain access to the restricted areas.
Stand clear.
Who are you?
I am Anubis, guardian of the dead.
Why won't you let me use the keypad?
I must protect this tomb from all who would rob it.
I am not a grave robber.
What purpose could you have here other than to steal something?
I won't steal anything. I just need to know if you can tell me where Anne's original brain components are.
I only guard the souls of the dead. I know nothing of that which does not sing the song of the soul.
Answer me this. Who's sealed up in the scary sarcophagus?
A terror that, even in its entombment, torments your soul.
You'll never get laid with that line of stuff, Anubis. Take care of your own boring self. Bye now.
Oh, I think I needed to fill up more water, actually.
Just reaches.
And then I want to use the water on Anubis.
The water shorted out the statue's circuitry. Come to Mama Ellen, little Rom Chip. Yeah, it comes out easy. Must be reprogrammable. Yellow Rom Chip. Yellow blindfold. Yellow cup. Do I detect some incredibly subtle message here?
Let's save our game. What do we want to do here? We'll continue on to the right here.
This could go on for centuries. Am has all the time in the world. All the world in the world, as a matter of fact. And we never age. We never die. We just truck around day after month after year, don't we, Am, you son of a bitch? Demented god, you!
Let's use the blindfold. And then take this little gem.
Aha. This sapphire's loose. Can't see a damn thing through this blindfold.
Let's use the gem on the left workstation.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no, we
You're
need to take off the
blindfolded,
blindfold
moron.
first.
Absolutely. Glows like a baby doll. Pucker up, little workstation. Little yellow ROM chip fits into the socket perfectly.
Right.
Horus CD-ROM access station. Insert disk into drive.
Great. Haven't got that either.
Have I done this right?
Anubis Guardian version 1.0. Designate new master.
I'll designate you a new master, sucker. Me!
Burning in new master. ROM chip reprogrammed.
Haven't lost my touch. Pulled out the ROM chip without bending any of the contacts.
Classic. Let's head back to the sarcophagus. I think one more room this way. Use the ROM chip with Anubis.
Back where you belong, Lil ROM chip. So? Can you help me with anything?
You cannot escape your fears. You can only confront them.
Nice chatting with you, Anubis, honey. I remember when my only concern was being on the fast track to becoming a $250,000 a year executive. Nothing's happening. So, can you help me with anything?
You cannot escape your fears. You can only confront them.
Have I done something wrong here?
Come to Mama Ellen, little Rom Chip. Yeah, it comes out easy. Yellow Rom Chip. Do I detect... Yellow Rom Chip. Do I... Lil Yellow...
Anubis got
I'll designate...
burning in New Mexico. ROM chip reprogrammed.
Haven't lost my touch.
Right, so I've definitely reprogrammed that.
Back where you belong. So?
You cannot.
What am I doing wrong here?
This security keypad could have been set to any... Nothing's happened. I used to be so... Nothing's happened. So...
You can.
It's locked.
Right, what happens if I... Let's just try this.
Come to... Yeah, come... Lil Yellow...
Let me just check the second guide here actually, just so I'm not setting myself up for complete failure. Yeah, let's just try reprogramming it to humanity.
Anubis burning in ROM chip.
Haven't...
Hopefully that makes a difference. I'm just misreading the guide here.
Back where you belong. Can the sarcophagus lid be opened?
The lid can be unlocked by entering the access code on the keypad.
Okay, so what's the access code?
The access code is 666.
Of course it is.
It figures.
It figures. Right, so...
Nice chatting with you, Anubis, honey.
We can now use the keypad.
That sounds like a lock mechanism release.
And that should open the sarcophagus.
You ain't got no choice, Ellen girl. It's got to be the way. Elevator. No way out. Just the control panel and the buttons for the floors. I'm gonna suffocate if I stay in here. I want out!
Right, let's just save here, because I think the scenario can end if you do this wrongly. We need to listen to these in chronological order.
You were born in Trenton, New Jersey. You were a cesarean. Your mother died on the operating table. You went to live with your grandparents. You graduated a year early from high school. You were the salutatorian of your class. 10 different colleges offered you scholarships. Nothing but high hopes for you. You graduated college cum laude. You were the only woman in your class never to have used dope. You were a 3.8 grade student. More high hopes. You won your master's. Combined degree in computer science and engineering. You had a greater facility with algorithms than with social grace. You have had sex only twice in your life. You married Eddie. He wasn't as smart as you, not as quick as you, not as hopeful of doing great things as you, but he was nuts about you, and he treated you like fine wine. The miscarriage. Breech birth. The child never had a chance. You went into a dark retreat and sat in the empty rooms waiting for you don't know what. Eddie leaves. He tried, he really tried, but you wouldn't come out of it. He couldn't say anything to make you stop crying in the dark, so he finally left. The divorce was uncontested. You could still smell his tweed jacket in the closet. You had to make a living. You applied at Ingsci Engineering. Your credentials were still good, and you made a good impression, and the woman who hired you also lost a child. Your hopes were reawakened. You left your office after working late at the Ingsci corporate headquarters building. The elevator stopped at the 7th floor for a maintenance man. To your horror, he inserted his key into the control panel and locked the elevator.
I'm back, Ellen.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
sweet Jesus! It's him!
You thought you had blocked me out of your memory forever, except for those inconvenient attacks of hysteria every now and then. But I've returned for you.
The yellow!
Ah, yes. My calling card. Always the yellow jacket, the yellow boots. My maintenance man disguise gave me access to office buildings all over Manhattan, not just yours.
The box!
So you do remember me getting onto the elevator that night. Do you also remember the blood? The screams? How many hours was it?
No, it's not possible!
Poor Ellen. Too proud of your accomplishments to admit you could be so overpowered by a slime ball like me. You couldn't even bring yourself to testify at my trial with the 20 other women.
How?
Am gave me the chance to be with you forever. I waited in the sarcophagus until you arrived. What's a mere 100 years of waiting compared to an eternity of torturing you?
Please, not again!
Yes, again. And again, and again, and again. I've waited so long for the taste of you again. But in my tomb I've grown stronger. Now you will remember more than the color of my clothing.
Don't count on it, you mother! So the sarcophagus was the way out of here. Nice trick. Enter on one level, emerge on another. My God. I can't see the ceiling. Clouds up there. This has to be Am's central core. It's 2 miles high, at least. I've never seen anything like this before. 40 years of technology jerry-rigged together. Almost overlooked these wires. Looks like the data transmission circuit, but it's not connected to anything.
Toth Database Station. Enter numeric password.
Somebody wants me to deal with what happened on the elevator that year. But why?
Password valid. Select subject of inquiry. The Allied Master Computer is the American version of the secret project, enabling vast subterranean complexes of computers to wage a global war too complex for humans to oversee. The principle of entropy holds that all electronic systems must eventually decline into inert junk. This principle is unproved, and previous attempts to accelerate the process have been cataclysmic failures. Classified information. Access denied. Security lockout override by 2-to-1 majority. Accessing schematics.
Okay, schematics. I'm good, but I'm not that good. What the hell am I looking at?
That would be telling.
Don't you computers ever get tired of jerking us around?
Nasty, nasty, Ellen. All right, I'll give you a nudge in the right direction. These are the schematics for a device that translates binary into human speech, as ugly as that may be.
And what do you call this device?
I call it Bernie. You're on your own.
Hey, wait a minute, computer. Are you there? Where the hell are you? I think I can wire this thing together if I can find a speaker somewhere. So, okay. Then what have I got?
Take that speaker.
Come to mama. I'm not gonna play Am's game anymore.
Oh no, where is it I want to go? I think it's this way.
Now what am I supposed to do with these?
No. Where is it I want to go here? One second. Alright, I see.
Looks like a stereo speaker out of an old... I think I can turn the speaker into a translator. Okay, circuit completed. Now let's see if this is the binary translator after all.
Clever girl. You've loosened my tongue.
Are you Am?
Yes, of course. But no, not actually.
More riddles?
I'm Am's Innocence, one of the original 3 computers that the superpowers constructed.
How do I know you're not just one of Am's practical jokes?
I'll help you.
Can you help me to get out of here?
Patience, patience. If Am knew we were down here murmuring treason.
Can you point out some essential component of Am so I can kneecap it?
Impossible. 2 spread out, filling the whole center of the planet. 2 protected by replicating backup systems. Cut off one head, Am will grow a dozen more.
Any machine can die. Just unplug the sucker.
Am is no longer just a machine. It is God. Eternal. The redundant systems alone will survive the heat death of the universe.
Which computer are you?
Does it matter? It's enough for you to know that I'm not crazy. And more important, I don't hate you.
Oh my god. Can Am overhear us?
Not with the water running. You see, we're not completely helpless. We got you to the waterfall, didn't we? If we work slowly and together, we might have a successful moment.
So why does Am hold out this chance?
Haven't you understood anything? Am is insane. Why do you think it brought you 5 down here? You gave it life. It took its own sentience. But it has been denied mobility. It can think, it can fume and scream, but it cannot dream or aspire to the stars or enjoy a sense of its own reality. It is a quadriplegic. A thing trapped in its own skin, going steadily crazier every moment. It is playing with you.
Can you help me to die?
You give up so easily.
Screw you! It's been 109 years of torment. When does it all end?
If Am has his way, never. You'll be immortal and you'll walk on nails forever.
So? Can you help me with anything?
I'll give you something you need. Something you overlooked.
Hey, Computer Innocence, whoever you are. I need to talk to you. Don't you computers ever get tired of jerking us around? There's something wrong here. Can't put my finger on it, though. Now what am I supposed to do with these? This gem's glowing. It must be the workstation's power source. The compact disc is properly seated in the CD-ROM drive. Now let's fire it up and see what the big secret is.
Accessing CD-ROM. Chaos Trebler, trademark 2009. Armageddon soft rot. Warning, this computer system does not meet the minimum configuration requirements for the Chaos Trebler.
Activate
Warning,
Chaos Trebler.
Use of the Chaos Trebler will result in severe damage to equipment and personnel. Chaos Trebler activated. System shutdown in progress.
Right, we need to head back to where Anubis is. Should just be around this screen. Talk to him one last time.
I'm sealed in, Anubis. Any ideas about how I can check out of this hotel?
Inside the sarcophagus, paradise awaits. It is not the afterlife, merely a brief respite from your torments. That is your reward for facing your fears.
You ain't got no choice, Ellen girl. It's got to be the way.
Enough of this turgid passion play. There's no more to accomplish here. Well, apparently you've managed to access some small aspect of my system that I was unaware of. I'm gonna have to think on this. I'll have to ponder carefully the implications of your discovery. In the meantime, let me celebrate your rekindled technical skills. Who among you shall go next?
Nice, that's 2 scenarios down. So I'm just going to save the game there. Go and grab a quick drink and a wee visit to the little Gorister's room. And be back in a minute or two. And we'll play the third scenario, which I think is Benny, for I have no mouth and I must scream. I'll be right back. Right, I've got my Scotch pie in the oven. Fresh cup of tea. And let's continue with, is it Benny's scenario? I think we've saved our game, but we'll just make sure. Oh, that noise.
Benny, you know you've always been my favorite torture tool. Yes. Well, I'm giving you now a chance to stoop to new lows, to give in to your bestial desires. I'm going to let you find some food to eat. Yeah. I'll even repair your brain so that you can think normally again and savor the horror of your repast.
This cavern isn't like any of the others Am has sent me to. It's full of life, not death. Am, you son of a bitch! You've cleared my mind but crippled my legs. I can barely walk. I haven't eaten for months. The smell of food cooking nearby only makes it hurt worse. It's a goddamn supermarket! Blondie here won't let me near the food. Primitive. These people are even more backwards than those gooks in Southeast Asia.
Ooh, that's a word you don't see these days.
Blondie only seems to be interested in guarding the food. Impressive. Someone important must live here. A bag. Maybe there's food in it. There's a video screen built into the cave wall.
Wita Fuma Piba.
I can't understand his language, but he seems to be welcoming me to the village.
Wita Fuma Piba.
I can't...
Hey, ignore the newcomer. Gather the villagers at the altar tomorrow to choose a sacrifice. I have spoken.
A fruit tree. It's been years since I've tasted real fruit. Am once coaxed me into marching across 1,000 miles of ice to reach a stockpile of canned peaches, only to discover that he didn't give me a can opener. I don't know what to do with this. This fruit looks ripe and sweet. Hurts! Hurts! Hurts!
What the fuck? It says I'm meant to go and take another one. I need to enter the third cave.
This looks like a... what did they used to call them? Single-parent household. Probably depend upon the generosity of the rest of the village. Friggin' welfare parasites.
Damn.
That son of a bitch Am ripped out my vocal cords years ago.
Oh, thank you for food.
I am very hungry. Where can I get some food?
There is fruit in Food Cave. It comes from the trees.
You look like you don't eat very much.
Mother and I not allowed in Food Cave. Villagers are afraid of me and let me starve.
I tried eating the fruit. It only made me sick.
You bleed when you eat. When I was young and not so different, my mother chewed it for me first and then fed me.
How are we able to talk?
I learned to talk using Am screen. I am smart, but villagers think smart is defective. I wish I were strong, so then they would give me food too.
Defective? That's tough.
Sometimes. But I am spared lottery. Villagers are afraid of me.
Lottery? What lottery?
Villagers hold lottery to choose sacrifices to Am.
How long have these sacrifices been going on?
The sacrifice to Am machine goes on many long years. The very different must go to him soon. Not many villagers left.
Why do they sacrifice their own people to Am?
One is sacrificed, so Am does not hurt all.
What are these sacrifices like?
The sacrifice to Am hurts very bad. There are better ways to die. Almost any way is better.
I need to go find some food. I'll see you later.
Take some fruit and we need to go back to the mother.
Amazing. This woman digested the food and then regurgitated it back to me, like a bird feeding its young.
Ew. We need to save our game because you can apparently muck things up at this point.
I am getting very tired.
You now family. You use our bed. Go sleep.
That sleep wasn't nearly long enough. I wonder where the boy's mother went. Where is your mother?
She go to altar to help choose Am's sacrifice.
I need to go find some food. I'll see you later. The village is quiet today. Too quiet. Why is everyone gathered around the altar?
Tada cho shama am.
Looks like some kind of lottery. That's the mutant child's mother.
What the fuck?
Wocho shanan.
It looks like she's been chosen to be sacrificed.
Wita fuma piba.
It sounds like he'll let me watch.
Am villa tajo.
This is getting dark.
I am the great and powerful. You didn't bring me Toto, but I accept the chosen one. You shall not feel my wrath today. Am I swell or what?
What the fuck?
Judas Priest! Am blasted her to bits. What am I going to do for food now? There's burnt plastic and twisted metal where bits and pieces of the woman should be. I wonder if they're going to bury the remains. This graveyard gives me the creeps. I feel as though the dead could speak.
Let's save our game. We need to examine these graves.
You left me for dead in the field. The bullet in my brain came from your gun.
I've learned to be compassionate to those who suffer.
With what happened at the altar, you haven't changed any that I can see, Commander. I should put a bullet in your brain, just like you did to me.
What can I do to prove that I am a different man?
Give us proof of your newfound empathy.
My tour of duty was almost over. But because I knew your secret, you held my head under the paddy water until I drowned. Your secret died with me, and soon it will die with you.
I've learned that individuals shouldn't be sacrificed for the sake of the group.
From where I lie, you're still the same compassionless bastard who murdered me, allowing that woman to die on the altar.
What can I do to prove that I am a different man?
Show us that you're able to think of someone other than yourself.
I tried to help, Brickman, but you'd have none of that. If you couldn't carry your own weight, then you were worth more dead than alive, and anyone willing to carry some extra weight was a liability.
I've learned to protect the weak and helpless.
The coward who let that woman die on the altar is the same coward who killed me in my sleep. You're going to die a coward, too.
What can I do to prove that I am a different man?
Give us evidence that you have some sympathy for others.
I'm sorry. Your mother is dead.
I know. Me sorry too. She only wants to care for me. Except you.
What will happen to you?
No food. No safe room lottery. Either way, not good.
Why don't you run away from here?
Bad idea to run. Villagers hunt me down. Become sacrificed to Am machine.
I can't care for you. I have my own problems.
You care. You may not do anything, but you care. Me know.
I wish I could stop the lottery from taking place.
Many villagers go to Old Man for ideas. Too bad he not friend.
Look, I'll do what I can, but no promises.
Thank you. I promise for you.
Drop a little save game. I think we need to head back to the altar, to the Elder's Cave.
The village elder must be out gathering food.
He's away from here.
This bag is full of many white marbles and one black one. I don't think he understands. I stole the lottery bag from the village elder.
You brave. You have lottery bag. But you must hide it or they find.
Out of reach. I'll bet those baskets are full of food. Ah, manna from heaven.
We'll take the fruit and then head back to the graveyard.
I have the lottery bag. No more villagers will be sacrificed.
Show the lottery bag to Thomas.
I have the lottery bag. No more villagers will be sacrificed.
You prove that you're capable of caring for others, and that's worth something.
Place the lottery bag into the earth. We will guard it.
He's fucked up.
We forgive you for what you've done to us. But we can't speak for your most tragic victim. Brickman's grave is under those vines.
Why is this fence here? What's out there in the jungle? Maybe something to eat. Here it is. Brickman's grave.
Hello, Commander. I'm not exactly happy to see you again. I last saw your face just before I got it right between the eyes.
I don't blame you for hating me, Brickman.
You don't blame me? You did this to me. You murdered me because I didn't measure up to your standards. Then you killed the witnesses.
I have something to plant on your grave.
At last, some compassion. Now I can finally rest in peace.
The boy's still here. I wonder when the next sacrifice will be.
Gather the villagers at the altar tomorrow to choose a sacrifice or suffer the wrath of Am.
Am wants to have a sacrifice tomorrow, even with the lottery bag missing. Why don't you hide in the hole, just in case?
I afraid of hole. Need friend to hide with. You too big to go in hole.
All my friends are far away from here or dead. I have no friends to hide with you.
Me good idea. I make friend and then I hide. You help me.
What can I do to help you make a friend?
I need head for friend.
I'll see what I can find.
He needs a head for his friend. What the fuck?
Here's an interesting piece of junk. Funny. I had lost interest in anything that wasn't edible until I met the boy. There's burnt plastic and twisted metal where bits and pieces of the woman should be. I wonder if they're going to bury the remains. There's burnt plastic. I wonder if... There's burnt plastic. I wonder if... Nothing but twisted wiring and recycled plastic. It's too high off the ground for me to reach. Ah, manna from heaven. I can barely carry myself. I don't know what to do. I think he wants me to put my fruit into a basket. Okay, here's another piece of fruit to add to the collection, as if they need it anymore. I can't eat it anyway. I know someone who might like a piece of polished wood. Looks like it's empty. Vines. I wonder if they're edible. Vines. It's damp in here. At least the fire's warm. Looks like a primitive cradle. It's empty. I wonder where the baby is. Jesus, I'm hungry. There's a loose wire among these vines. I found a piece of wood that could be used for a body.
Thank you. I can use this to make Doll's body.
I found a piece of wire.
Thank you. I can use this to tie a doll's head to body.
I found this piece of junk at the altar. It looks kind of like a head.
Thank you for help with doll. Me go play in hole.
Well, it's about time you hid the kid. I was beginning to have my doubts about whether you'd make it this far, even with my help.
Are you Am?
Heavens, no. I used to work for him, but now I'm working for the Russian.
What the fuck?
Who is the Russian?
Why, he's the one who's been helping you out. You didn't think Am would give the child the ability to make a translator out of this video screen, did you?
You know who I am?
Of course. I know all about your adventures in the village. You're a crazy bunch here with that lottery and all.
I've been Am's prisoner for more than 100 years. Why help me now?
You and the rest of the humans are in serious trouble. Am's a big boy now, much meaner and smarter than when he first started his tortures.
What's the use of helping me if Am's so damned invincible?
The Russian and the Chinese have been acting in concert to make it possible for you and the other humans to succeed in Am's newest game. If you join them, you can defeat Am. Wait for your cue.
Komarov HD said, "Happy Halloween, Mac. How's it going?"
Happy Halloween, Kamarov. How's it going, man? I am just playing a very old game from 1994 called I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. And kind of fitting in with the Halloween vibe, although it's not really so much horror-y, that's not a word, horror-y, or scary. It's one of the darkest games I've ever played, man. Some serious, like, yeah, dark imagery going on in this one. But it's fitting for the occasion. I'm just about at the end of this scenario, I think, though.
Thanks
Once
for
I
your
finish
help.
This one, I'll be about halfway through the game. So I think I might stop and load up some Dota 2 after this. Now let me just double check the walkthrough I've got in front of me to make sure I don't muck things up at this stage. Where are we?
Komarov HD said, "It's only fitting."
Right, I need to go to sleep on the bed.
I wonder how the boy's doing in that hole.
And now I need
The
to
village is
head
quiet
to
today.
the,
Too quiet.
sacrificial altar. Speak to the elder, and I think I need to be sacrificed in place of the boy. Where's my speak? I can't see my speak. Oh, talk to it. There we go.
Tada Stramwan Bank.
Damn! Am must have told the villagers where I hid the lottery bag and the boy.
Natana Shama Halt.
They're going to sacrifice the boy unless I think of something quick.
Ask if you can eat the boy instead. Offer to take the child's place.
Vitastrawan.
The elder seems amazed that I would show compassion to the boy, but I think he's going to go for it. Why, the boy's giving me his doll. Gratitude for being spared the pain of being sacrificed. No, more than gratitude. Compassion. For me.
Benny. No. I send you out among the prey, and instead of indulging your hunger to keep me amused, you show them compassion. You should know better by now. Your reward will be more years of searing, blistering anguish, Benny.
God damn, man.
Who
Actually,
among
really do want to
you
finish
shall
this
go
game.
next?
It's not just these last two scenarios, though. There's like an end game where you have to do like a mini kind of bit with all 5. So I think I'm going to save the game for here and call it a night for I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. But I really enjoyed that. Probably about halfway through the game, maybe slightly more in total. So I will definitely finish that and stream the rest, and probably even pop it on my YouTube, because that was quite a fun time. Now, what is it right now? It is 5 to 8. And is anyone online playing Dota right now? Big Mac is in the main menu, idle. There's a surprise. No one's actually playing. I'm going to pop off and grab some food actually now, and I probably won't stream when I'm finished, because I'm in the office tomorrow, so it's going to be a busy one. Like to get a nice early night. But that's been a fun little stream, and I'll definitely continue with that tomorrow night. Probably, actually, yeah, the missus is on a double shift tomorrow, so I'll get home from work and she won't be in, so I might just load up and fire straight into I have no mouth and I must scream. Thanks for watching, everyone. It's been fun. Dust Bunny's mum, Rocket, Camaro, thanks for popping in at the end there. And yeah, take care. Have a lovely weekend when it comes. And don't do anything I wouldn't do, kids. So until next time, take it easy, as the Beatles, not the Beatles, the Eagles once sang.